You are anxious because you are trying to negotiate with a reality that does not owe you anything. Your mind is currently a theater of ghosts. You are fighting battles that haven't happened, answering questions that haven't been asked, and mourning losses that are purely imaginary. This is not a sign of a complex mind. It is a sign of a mind that has lost its center. Most men live in a state of constant low-level panic because they believe their peace of mind is a prize to be won from the external world. You think that if you work harder, if you plan more meticulously, or if you anticipate every possible disaster, the world will finally leave you alone. It won't. The world is indifferent to your plans. Anxiety is the gap between the way things are and the way you insist they should be. You are holding on to a rope that is tied to a moving train, and you are wondering why your hands are burning. The Stoic does not ask the train to stop. The Stoic simply lets go of the rope. Understand this clearly. Your anxiety is not caused by your boss, your debt, or your uncertain future. It is caused by your judgment of those things. You have handed the keys to your internal fortress to people and events that do not even know you exist. You are suffering more in imagination than in reality. Every time you worry about a future event, you are paying interest on a debt you may never even owe. It is a form of self-inflicted discipline that yields no results. You are preparing for a storm by drowning yourself in the bathtub. It is time to stop. The man who fears his own future is already a slave to it. Consider the things that keep you awake at night. A difficult conversation tomorrow, a project that might fail, the possibility of being judged by people you don't even respect. In all these scenarios, your mind is focused on the one thing you cannot touch, the outcome. The result is never yours, only the effort is. If you are a soldier, you do not control whether you win the battle. You control how sharp your blade is, how disciplined your mind remains, and how bravely you stand your ground. If you lose but you did those things, you have not failed. You have simply met a destiny that was outside your control. Anxiety disappears the moment you accept that the outcome is none of your business. Your only business is the present action. If you are writing, focus on the sentence. If you are speaking, focus on the truth. If you are enduring pain, focus on the next breath. When you move through life with this level of detachment, you become dangerous to the chaos of the world. You cannot be manipulated by fear because you have already accepted the worst-case scenario as a possibility. You have looked into the dark and decided that even there, you will remain yourself. Most men are like dogs tied to a moving cart. They can either run alongside it with grace or be dragged kicking and screaming. The cart is going the same way regardless. Your anxiety is the sound of your heels dragging against the pavement. Lift your feet. Start walking. We live in an age of digital noise designed to keep you in a state of perpetual reaction. Every notification, every headline, every social comparison is a hook designed to pull you out of your own skin. A disciplined man knows that his attention is his most sacred resource. If you allow every passing event to dictate your mood, you are a puppet. The strings are held by strangers who do not have your best interests at heart. True strength is the ability to see a crisis and feel no need to have an opinion on it. Why must you judge everything? Why must you decide if a situation is good or bad before you have even navigated it? Most of what you call bad is simply an obstacle, and an obstacle is nothing more than raw material for your character. Anxiety is the refusal to see the utility in hardship. It is the desire for a life that is smooth, easy, and predictable, a life that produces weak men. The Stoics did not pray for light burdens, they prayed for strong backs. The next time you feel that tightness in your chest, that racing thought that demands an immediate solution, do nothing. Sit with it. Observe the sensation as if it belonged to someone else. You will find that anxiety is a coward. When you stop running from it and turn to face it with cold, rational eyes, it shrinks. It only grows when you feed it with what if. What if I lose my job? Then you will find another, or you will learn to live with less. What if she leaves me? Then you will return to the solitude that birthed you. What if I fail? Then you will have data on how not to fail next time. None of these things can break you unless you allow them to break your will. Peace is not the absence of conflict, it is the mastery of it. You do not need to fix your life to stop feeling anxious. You need to fix your perspective. You are currently looking at the world through a lens of fragility. You see yourself as something that can be shattered by a turn of luck or a harsh word. But you are more resilient than you think. You have survived every worst day of your life so far. You have navigated tragedies and embarrassments that you once thought were terminal, yet here you are. The weight you feel is the weight of unnecessary attachments. You are trying to carry the past and the future at the same time. No man is strong enough for that. You were only designed to carry the present moment. It is the only thing that is light enough to bear. When you wake up tomorrow, do not ask what the day will give you. The day owes you nothing. Instead, ask what you will give to the day. Will you give it a mind that is easily rattled, or will you give it a mind that acts as a fortress? Your anxiety is a teacher, though a cruel one. It is telling you exactly where your dependencies lie. It is pointing to the areas of your life where you have become too attached to external validation or physical comfort. Use it as a map. Find those attachments and cut them. The goal is not to become a man who feels nothing. The goal is to become a man who feels the storm but remains at the helm. Stop negotiating with the future. Stop asking for permission to be at peace. Withdraw into yourself. Find the place within that is silent, immovable, and cold. That is where your power lives. Go there and stay there. The world will continue to spin. The chaos will continue to howl, but you will be still.